interviews and confessions later, we realized he wasn't, and of course we let him go once we realized that.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Our understanding is that what led you to him, as you just said, was the other two saying that he was involved. What did they say? What did they claim of his involvement?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. They did implicate him. He had ties to the area, actually had ties to that residence, you know, and a lot of different things led to him. So it wasn't just the statements from the co-conspirators.
Okay. He was released yesterday?
Yesterday morning, I believe.
Okay. He doesn't face any connection to this whatsoever?
As of right now, nothing whatsoever, correct.
Okay.
The suspects and the victims, how do you believe that they knew each other?
The suspects and victims,
yes.
They lived in the same area, several of them. And in that community, if you're familiar with it, it's a small community. The two individuals, the two suspects, the main suspects that are charged with capital murder, they went to rob the other two, the married couple. And then Mr. Head, who just happened to be, I think, the victim of circumstance, wrong place, wrong time, just got caught up in the robbery, and I think we all know what happened after that.
What were they trying to rob them of, or what was their intention to rob them of?
I think their intentions were money and drugs.
And did they all, as you said, know each other? You believe so?
They either knew each other or knew of each other. Yes, it was. They've had dealings with each other before.
Clearly, you're holding the other two. You believe, or you probably can't talk specifically about it, but you believe that you've got the right to.
I believe those two have confessed. Those confessions all have been corroborated. I won't tell you what's in the confessions, but we believe we're there. Yes.
Sheriff, how well planned was this robbery and what ended up being murder, and have they been involved in doing something like this before?
Again, I could only speculate on that, and I don't like to speculate. As far as the planned aspect, again, that's my educated guess, and my 47 years tells me not very well.
You could talk a little bit about Mr. Copeland. It had said in the affidavit he was tired of living with his grandparents, and kind of how that led to his involvement in this with what he said.
Again, I don't really care about motive that much and trying to get into people's psyche and what they wanted to do or what we're trying to do. We just know what they did. So I don't want to comment on that.
What message would you have for the community who's shocked and mourning these three people?
A death in any case is horrific, and it's sad. I mean, they're mothers, brothers, fathers, sisters to somebody, and it's not just them. Their families are grieving, and we feel sorry for them, and the suspects too. I mean, in one way, they have families as well, and they made some very bad decisions, and it's going to affect a lot of people for a long time.
Do you feel this was a complete ambush, or did they gain the trust somehow and get access to them inside their home?
That's a little speculative, but I think they've been before, so I don't think it was a surprise that the victims actually saw the suspects.
I think there was some talk about it being a rental house and possibly somebody involved was a landlord at one time. Is there any truth to any of that?
I've heard different stories about that as well, so I don't know.
Drugs are at the heart of this?
Drugs are unfortunately at the heart of just about every crime in society today, so it's going to be a huge part of this.
And if you could speak to that a little bit, if you care to, whether it's Dallas, whether it's Fort Worth, whether it's a smaller place like Parker County.
We're not immune.
It's still a problem.
We're not immune. You take the smallest community in the richest area in this whole country, and they're going to have a drug problem.
Can you say what kind of drugs were involved?
Most of what we see here, and there's no trouble, it's methamphetamine. A lot of it. There's others, but that's a huge part.
How much of a part is it of what you have to fight against every day?
Probably 95%. Because there's a nexus to it, whether it's drugs or the burglaries or the thefts, a lot of those are intertwined. The domestic abuse, almost everything comes back to drugs, and it's a scourge.
And the third victim, who you said was in the wrong place at the wrong time, can you describe how his presence there came to be?
He had been moving around a little bit. He had been staying there, kind of off and on. Just couch surfing is what some people call it, and just happened in right there at the wrong moment.
Anything else you would like the people of Parker County to know about this investigation?
I can tell you this, our investigators, the Texas Rangers, other agencies, they went all out. It was nonstop. It's been, what, a week and a half, and they're still going, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. This was a huge effort, and I can't thank them enough. They were just tremendous. Our crime scene folks, to everybody. We had fire department helping recover the bodies still in the water. Just everybody. The call for help goes out in this community, and people, you have to turn them away. We get great cooperation from all of our partners.
Where does the investigation go from here?
They're going to put it all together now, and by that, I mean the paperwork. Unfortunately, the worst part of the job starts, and they got to do everything and then present it and get it up to the district attorney's office. And then we believe it's a very, very strong case.
And you believe you have everyone involved now?
We do.
Always difficult to see violent crime like that in your community.
It is. Nobody wants to see it, but again, no one's immune from it either. So just when it does happen, we do the job and work for those families at that moment.
Well, we appreciate your time, sir.
Anybody? Everybody good?
Anybody else?
Okay.
They took all mine.
Did they? All right, well, thank y'all. And yeah, there's some affidavits. I know most everybody has them. We'll get you some copies of them if you'd like.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Are there three separate?
There's three for the three
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Mr. Copeland, Mr. McKnight, and Mr. Morris.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get them.